Hi, you're with India Post Live, India's first online news conversation web TV where you too can participate. I'm Ishan Russell and today we are talking about, well, my favorite genre of movies, horror movies. Yes, I love those and do you love them? Well, you can come in and talk about because it's been 67 years of Indian horror movies. So how has the journey been? We'll be talking about that and we'd love to have you participate in this show. Just go to indiapostlive.com, log in over there, post your comments and be part of this discussion. Also, you can use Twitter, hashtag IndiaPostLive to your tweets or use our Twitter handle at IndiaPostLive. And while you're at IndiaPostLive.com, you can go there and check out a new game that we have for you called the Vote Race, where you can play as Rahul Gandhi, Arvind Kejriwal or Narendra Modi. And it's a pretty cool, exciting game in which you just don't become one of the characters and you have to race through the city trying to get as many votes in as possible. So go check that out while you're on India Post Live. But first, let's take you through the story about the 67 years of Indian horror movies.
Isolated mansions, secluded cottages, creaking doors, and a car breaking down in the middle of nowhere on a thunderous night. Any cinema lover would find that familiar. And after 67 successful years, Indian horror cinema has a whole lot to look back at. Even though this genre has never been very popular in India, Bollywood has given some fine horror films like Kamal Amrohi's Mahal in 1949 and Gumnaam in 1965, which was an instant hit at the box office. But over the years, most directors preferred slaughter, blood and ghostly scenes to bring out the horrific elements on screen. No. And the Ramsay brothers were the undisputed kings in the 70s, 80s and 90s. Which was the last horror movie that made you sweat in extreme fear? Or are there no good horror flicks left?
लड़की की बात पर भी पूरा विश्वास नहीं किया जा सकता क्योंकि कहते हैं कि उस इंसिडेंट के बाद वो पागल हो गई।
So, what do you think about horror movies? Well, I really love them and I love to watch them, be it the conventional old black and white movies or the new gory ones or the ones that have technology coming in with ghosts as well. So, what do you enjoy the most? Do write into us. IndiaPostLive.com is the name of the website. Go there and log in. We have in the studio with us Mr. B. Divakar. He's a cinematographer and also a professor at Jamia and is teaching young kids about the nuances of filmmaking these days. So, just horror movies, what do you think about them? Do you like them?
Well, horror movies are very exciting and I have always loved them. And I think it is, as a genre, it is quite unique in its own way. But the only hassle is that we have a tendency to kind of ape the West, and we love to kind of copy a Hollywood film which may have been very successful in this particular genre. So we've had a lot of films, which have been taken, which have taken off from films like The Omen, where, but then we make slight changes, and then most of our films.
Instead of a cross, you might have a trishul.
So instead of the cross, we have a trishul, and little things like that. But then it does bring in a lot of excitement, and technologically, I think it's unique. Because it's a play of picture and sound, and it's all about timing, how well the surprise element is sprung on the audience, and how effectively that surprise is put across. And when The Omen came on the screen, people I mean, it was so revolting that some woman puked in the auditorium when they saw it. And largely, you see, Hollywood, they depend a lot on makeup, the way they make up the characters, and they have a very big budget for makeup. Whereas we don't have that much of, we don't design our films like that. Our films are designed differently. We believe in the narrative strength and the story part of it and the music and things like that. So we were we were film which has got the possibilities for storytelling and music, and the surprise element is there.
All right. Praval Raman joins us from Mumbai. Praval, of course, is the renowned director of a whole host of horror movies and has been in part and parcel of a staple of movies that came out through the 90s and late 90s, 2000s until now. In fact, the legendary movies like Dharna Zaruri and Dharna Mana, he's directed those. So, Praval, first, what got you into the horror genre? Because you really excel at it. And 67 years of glorious Indian horror movies, which ones would be the standout ones for you? All right, Praval, we just seem to have lost that audio connection with Praval. But sir, talking about Indian horror movies, let's wait till Praval comes in and talk about the recent ones. Let's talk about the old ones, because those ones were my favorite. The black and white movies, they were just so dark that everything looked like a horror movie as it is.
Absolutely. You see, the black and white films has a charm of its own.
Right.
And also, you know, as a cinematographer, I would say that they used the Plus X Kodak negative those days, because we had not manufactured negatives. And the unique quality about the Plus X negative is that it has a, you know, it has the dark, the blacks are absolutely pitch black.
All right.
That quality of black we don't get today. So that was the unique thing about it, and hence those films are very romantic even today. And we use the Cooks lenses, which are very sharp and the resolution is very high. So the picture quality was absolutely outstanding even today. So we had films like Kohara, and we had films like Madhumati. Madhumati was incidentally scripted by the famous film director Ritwik Ghatak, who tried his hand in Hindi cinema, and he was invited and asked to develop a script. At that time, he was working on a documentary on the tribals. In Bihar, the Oran tribes. So he has woven the story around this mahua, you know, the drink which the tribals have. And Madhumati has been a very exciting film.
It was in fact remade by a Hollywood studio.
Absolutely, yeah. It was remade by the American Hollywood juggernaut, and it came as the Return of Peter Proud, which again was made into Hindi again as Karz.
All right. So I mean, there we have it. We have been pioneers in terms of our horror movies, and keeping the torch, taking the torch forward is Praval. Praval, thanks very much for coming in. First, what got you into the whole genre of horror movies, and from the older lot of movies, which one would be your favorite through the 67 years of horrors cinema?
Well, Mahal would be my favorite. But coming to what brought me into horror, it is the fact that unfortunately in our country, horror is one of the genres which is not correctly portrayed or exploited. And as it was mentioned that most of them are rip-off from Hollywood films, and unfortunately it is nothing but giving the audience these pulp fiction cheap thrills, and it is reduced to nothing in the present scenario. And I'm very, very upset about the way horror is portrayed in our film industry. But yes, Mahal was a film which I really had liked, and Vikas Desai's Gehrai, which is another beautiful horror film.
All right, but you know, you mentioned an interesting point. You didn't mention it in that many words, but the advent of sleaze, or just the sex symbolism that was attached with horror movies, that you would get your thrills and you would also get other thrills, was something that changed during perhaps the 70s and the 80s with the Ramsey brothers genre. Though I still love those movies, I still love the Band Darwaza and Veerana, and they're classics for me. Every time I watch them on TV, I would watch them. But no, that really changed the thing, and that sort of trend has continued till now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is a kind of a rip-off from the Western films. Even a film
Hello?
like Psycho, which was with Marilyn Monroe in it, and it was a very famous film. And that was again, probably after that film, a lot of blood and murder and sleaze has come into our
I don't think
Indian
Marilyn
film.
Monroe was in Psycho. Was she? No, it was a Hitchcock movie, but I don't think Monroe was in Psycho. But anyhow,
It's a very famous poster of Marilyn Monroe there.
oh, then I must be mistaken.
Yeah.
But Praval, talking about the Ramsey Brothers movies, that really changed as far as horror because it was pretty mainstream. You had mainstream heroes and heroines and actresses being part of like movies like Gumnam and Beast Salbad. In the 70s and 80s, it all changed, didn't it?
Correct. Like till Gumnam or Beast Salbad, there was a quality in the thrill aspect of it. But I wouldn't blame Ramsey brothers as such because they made certain movies which were targeted for the B class audience, so called. And they made very cheap movies for that matter, cheap as in even cost wise. But that cannot be our benchmark for horror. And unfortunately, in our country,
Well, perhaps, unfortunately, in our country, what
Hello?
he's trying to... Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, go ahead.
and then the quality continued to be really bad, and now it is nothing but proposals for how low budget cheap thrills could be given to audience, and it is to do with sex and certain like sequences which you blatantly copy from Hollywood films and make a proposal.
How
And
difficult is it to make a horror movie? Because one would think that with a horror movie, in terms of sets, in terms of makeup, in terms of everything else, everything has to, almost an entire world has to be created. While ordinarily for a romantic movie, you can place your characters in any part of the world. With a horror movie, you need to create a lot more. So in terms of low budget, then isn't there a contradiction? I mean, and do you find the newer Bollywood studios, as they've now become, supporting horror as a genre?
well, first thing first, when it comes to making a horror film, I would say it is one of the most difficult genre because one has to use the grammar of filmmaking. And unfortunately, not seen like that. It is all about sudden appearances of some ghost and women being possessed. The same told stories. Coming to cost effective, it is how, because the masses are not really the target audience for those who are making it. They always target very like certain class of people, and for that matter, they always try to make a budget of much lesser than given to a drama or any other kind of cinema. Studio supporting, am I there? Hello?
Yes, you. We can
Yeah,
hear you.
studio supporting again, it is, I would say that what is a great support? It is the same proposal, it is the same sex, it is the same copied movies. So I really do not consider even studios coming in as a boon to horror filmmaking because by the end of it, it still remains a proposal, marketed and distributed very well, but nothing to look up to.
All right, and this perhaps is a disappointment for a country that gave Hollywood a horror movie to start off
Absolutely.
with. To come to this point, isn't it a little disappointing?
Yeah, it is a bit of a setback, but nevertheless, I think we have been making horror films constantly. I think Biswajit has done, and Manoj Kumar in films like Gumnam and Kohara, and large number of films have happened. I think most of the so-called stars have all participated in these films. Now, the only way that the producer looks at it is that is a cheaper in terms of cost because he does not have to go to several locations. He doesn't have to go to Switzerland to shoot the film, and he can just make a set and shoot it in within say 5 to 10 kilometer radius. So there are plus points and minus points in the whole thing.
All right, Ayush Raina joins us from Mumbai. He's also a filmmaker. And Ayush, we're talking about the 67 years of the Indian horror movie, as they say. And while there have been some horrible horror movies, which ones would stand out the most for you, and why would you like that genre?
See, as a genre, it has always appealed to us, because fear is something that, I don't know why, it seems to excite the audiences, whether it's the, the roller coaster ride that one, goes through. And also somewhere you must realize that although we feel all the fears, while we watch a horror film, darkest of fears come out. But somewhere, we are safe, sitting in a theater. So although there's, this sense of catharsis that, you have survived something really demonic or, an end of the world situation or the most dangerous of monsters, you're finally sitting safe, in your seat, in your surround sound or in a theater. So I guess, it's always appealed to us. And also the helping the fact is if you look back over the last 60 odd years, there have been fantastic films which have come out, supported by great music, whether it's Bi Saal Baad or Mahal, or Purana Mandir or Veerana. They've always had great music, and that made it somewhere populist, and it caught the fancy of the audiences. They knew the songs, they knew the actors, there were great stories, Some of them were probably inspired by great literature, Western literature, but they were adapted really well. So they were good films. They were well-made films.
All right, and what would you think about the genre, how we're treating it now in recent movies? Because, like, for example, a Ragini MM is pretty similar to the genre that has been created through Paranormal Activity in Hollywood. So, how would you compare the Indian movie industry as far as horror goes now?
See, I think classically over the last 10, 15 years, it's caught the fancy of the younger audiences. And the younger audiences are audiences who are very world aware, especially, the way, the connectivity in terms of, internet and access to, various, movies and cinema around the world. And the younger audiences have, they have a very keen eye. They smell through a good product, or they know what they're looking for. Either they're looking for, instant gratification, a little bit of fun, a little bit of horror. And in that sense, I think cinema is really improving, because today, if you look at horror, what is most required is, the music, the background score, which is greatly improving. You have youngsters making phenomenal, soundtracks and stuff like that, which is critical to the horror genre. You have great improvisation in prosthetics, in special effects. We all know that, special effects is really, moving ahead in leaps and bounds, and it's more accessible, it's cheaper. You have little boutique studios doing phenomenal work in, in special effects. So special effects, prosthetics, music, I think that's really helping the genre greatly. It's only going to get better.
All right. And, but I can't help but talk about the Ramsey brothers in the movie, because I was a kid who grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and I loved those movies because, the kind of thrills, the vicarious pleasure in watching a Ramsey brothers movie is nothing like that, and nothing else like that. So, in terms of that cliche, I think we tend to sort of downgrade that element, but I think it was a really necessary part of the 70s, 80s, 90s, the Ramsey brother horror movies.
Oh, absolutely. When you have a demon called Sambri, it catches your fancy, and you have actors, playing over the top, but I guess it kicked off this whole phenomena, of the horror cinema. And even if you look at horror cinema in the West, groups like Hammer production, you would always have you would expect a bit of titillation. There would be a little bit of fun, but in the end, the monster would come out, and the monster would start chopping down things, and it was great fun because you saw people running around, scared out of their minds, and it was a great, in sense of what you look for in cinema, the amusement. It was fantastic.
All right. In fact, I just want to get in all our viewers. Let's start a Twitter trend with this one. The hashtag greatest horror or what do we call it? What do we hashtag it as? I want to talk about your favorite horror moment over the past 67 years. Mine would probably be Samri coming out of his coffin in Van Darwaza. So, hashtag my horror moment. I think let's start with that. India Post Live will tweet out a couple of my views. I would request both of you to also tag your views along with that of your favorite horror movies. And let's try to see if we can start a Twitter trend, because 67 years of horror movies in India, and whether you like them, you hate them, what do you think about them, do write into us. indiapostlive.com is the name of the website, and you can go there, log in and post your comments. You can also use Twitter, hashtag IndiaPostLive, or use our Twitter handle at IndiaPostLive. Diwakar sir, talking about the future genre, in Hollywood, horror has been divided into so many sub-genres.
Absolutely.
So you have gore, you have zombie flicks, you have
animals.
You have animals.
Dinosaurs and the snakes. And
yeah, snakes on a plane. So it's become a very wide genre.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
see that happening in India? I mean, we had a zombie movie, Go Goa Gone, that Saif Ali
Yeah,
Khan
yeah, yeah.
introduced. But other than that,
Yeah, but that was an apology to what it should have been. Tragedy is, you see, what happens in India is that we don't go all out. When we make it, the idea is there and everything is there. But somewhere along the line, we just rush through and spoil it in the process. The precision with which it has to be done, the precision with which the fear has to be evoked, that is, that somewhere we are not able to do that. I mean, he was telling us about the multiple soundtracks and the facility, the quality of sound is improved, the quality of music has improved, and all these have actually enhanced the quality of the cinema. And certainly it is going to make it much more powerful, much more memorable, much more meaningful now. But we should have a mind who holds them all together and can generate a script or come out with a brilliant horror film.
Right, absolutely. In fact, what would you think about the future for Indian horror movies? In terms of, do we see more Hollywood, or because it's India. India has a horror story in every village, in every house. I mean, your grandmother's told you tales of a churel with her feet turned the other way, and I mean bangles or piles being heard around the house. So, I mean, where does Indian horror go? Do we create our own genre, or are we still trying to copy too much of the West?
No, I think the way ahead would be, like you said, we have these fantastic stories, We've heard them from our grandmothers, we've heard it from the chokidar in the night, we've bumped into people, in a lonely, railway station, we've heard, spooky tales about that little town. So I think the way ahead would be definitely creating indigenous content, that's for sure. And I think for a long time, the producer, the filmmaker was caught up between, should they make a commercial product or should they make a Puritan horror product? And I think that commercial decision somewhere was, probably like the gentleman said, we weren't going out, all the way. We were kind of, holding ourselves somewhere. Maybe, it's the sensibility between, the difference of sensibility between, the Western world, who have a different belief system. I think horror somewhere comes out of a belief system. They have a different belief system. If you look at, the Christian world, they have very clearly, a dark demonic, there's an existence of a dark demonic thing which is part of their belief system. Wherein when we come to India, the belief system, is probably about, folklores and, little, pagan demons and stuff like that. So someone has to now go down to the roots, pick up these brilliant, folklores and folk stories, and then, kind of, I don't know, bring them to an urban environment, or maybe tell a fantastic rural tale. I think the time's opening enough. The audiences also are now more willing, to hear great stories, So you don't need to base them in Switzerland. You don't need to have this fantastic set. If you make them well, you craft them well, and you have a great story at the end of the day, which can really, scare the hell out of you. And, you walk away from the theater after the last show and, you're a little, uneasy and scared. I think that's the fun of the genre. And I think it's going there. It'll only get better. I'm sure it'll only get better.
Well, let's hope so. So 67 years of glorious. I mean, for me, horror movies in India have been the best movies because some of them have been the most original in terms of content. The rest, you could still locate plot holes and other things, but or plot lines similar to other movies. But horror movies, I mean, with the Band Darwaza and the Veeranas, I had a field day. I had a blast.
Also, if you, even in terms of, hostel life, you see, ghosts and all these things have been part of hostel life.
Yeah.
Anybody who's been in a hostel in India, there are rooms where, you say, don't go there, that room is kept closed.
Killed himself.
And it's increased to the power n times if it's a girls' hostel. So the possibilities are enormous. But we need to, as he said, encash on these subjects, folk stories. There are a lot of interesting folk stories. Rajasthan has got a lot of folk stories on ghosts and things like that. And I think in every state has abundant.
I think household has their own individual ghosts and their ghost stories happening.
But it has to be put together, and somebody has to, it needs to be done. But who will bell the cats?
Oh, I mean, I mean, sure, there would be a studio or somebody who would be willing to. I think Vikram Bhatt has done a great job in trying to promote at least horror as his own genre. But whether the quality was original or not, that can be questioned or anything like that. But at least the effort is there. Ayush, as far as a filmmaker trying to break into this or do as many films as possible, how often does horror come across as a script in terms of the Bombay circles? Is it often used, or are there enough people talking about it, or is it still a very sub-genre with only a very few people, a limited number of people talking about it?
You'd be surprised that that people are very keen to now make a horror film. And I mean, the keenness is now coming from studios, it's coming from producers. You know, of course, one knows, you know, it's a, in terms of, you know, putting together a project, if you may say, it probably is a more simpler task because, you know, conventionally horror has never required, you know, so-called big stars, and, you know, you don't need the, you know, very well-known faces. So they're attracted to it. But if you come across the kind of content which is moving around, I don't think it's really moving ahead. So if you look at most of the horror films now, or the horror films which are being planned now, I think the complete focus is on technology, is completely on the content, which is a good thing that's happening. तो पहले क्या होता था कि एक environment होता था, एक महल होता था, एक hostel होता था, या एक मंदिर होता था, उसके साथ में 4-5 किरदार होते थे, and it was roughly interval तक एक revelation होगा और end में जाके एक showdown होगा जहाँ पे some kind of an exorcism or some kind of एक मंत्र बोला. I think that is changing now. I think we will have more universal content kind of films coming out over the next couple of years. I'm very sure, because there is a desire to now, you know, keep aside the old, you know, beaten down, you know, tracks for horror films. I think that's a good thing that's happening now, because cinema is becoming, audiences are becoming more receptive. We've seen some fantastic films over the last couple of years, and they've moved away. They've not followed the beaten track. I think the same should happen for this genre. And the kind of work that I know few filmmakers that I keep bumping into in Bombay, and their approach to the content now is as genuine as they would be making anything else. You know, the kind of effort which would go into, you know, probably writing a love story, the same kind of effort is now, you know, being put into let's make a really scary film. So I think,
but a country like Japan and their cinema, I mean, it completely changed Hollywood for that matter. I mean, you had movies like Dark Water, Ring, Grudge, which were all remade by Hollywood studios because there were such monster hits and such cult followings. But do you think India could perhaps, I mean, we have the kind of filmmakers to give a new kind of a horror genre to the world? Ayush?
oh yeah, I'm absolutely sure that the next couple of years you will have films, you know, like the way, you know, we walk into we are absolutely open to, you know, seeing a Korean horror film. You know, we have no idea about the language, but even with subtitles, you know, we completely consume Korean, Armenian, Japanese, because horror is, I think, a universal kind of a genre. And if India can, you know, take that step, that the desire is definitely there, but if you can actually go ahead and tell those kind of stories, backed by, you know, the right kind of studios, they are, you know, released, you know, they are not the, you know, children of a lesser god, which the horror genre used to be some time back.
Yeah.
And if we can come to the forefront and, you know, get the right kind of budgets and, you know, right kind of technology, we may just tell universal tales, and somebody in Korea might just see one of our films and say, hey, that's a great film that's come from, you know, India, and that's a great place to, you know, hear horror stories from.
All right, Ayush, thanks very much for coming in with your perspective. It was great chatting with you, and we would love to have you on more discussions when you talk about films or any other subject that you'd like to talk about. Meanwhile, we'll also try to get back Praval, because Praval, of course, has been making a lot of movies as far as the horror genre is concerned, and has made a few iconic ones at that. But Diwakar sir, India, I mean, the interesting point over there that horror is such a universal genre that one good film could open the floodgates for a flurry to come from India. So we're just one good movie away from really dominating the world as far as horror goes.
You're right. You see, what happened in 2012 was, as a part of the International Film Festival of India in Goa, Kim Ki-duk, the filmmaker, was there, and he makes a lot of, you know, horror films. I mean, very scary, terribly violent films. Now, violence is at its peak as far as world cinema is concerned, and horror and violence are not very far from each other. So I think there was a huge audience which flocked in to see all of Kim Ki-duk's films, And somewhere it would have had an impact on the young filmmakers and the budding filmmakers who were there at the Goa Film Festival. And I'm sure it must be in the pipeline. There must be quite a number of films in the pipeline, which is probably just waiting to come out.
All right, Praval is back with us. Praval, sorry, we got disconnected over there, but we're just concluding the discussion. What can we look forward to? I mean, you've been producing so many great horror movies. What can we look forward to in terms of the horror genre? Because I think the consensus we've reached is horror is such a universal genre across the world that one great movie and we could just be making horror movies for the next 20 years.
Yeah, I wish that happens because, as I mentioned earlier, that horror is always taken as a genre very limited in scope, unfortunately. But people like Ayush, me, we are also interacting with a gentleman called Mr. Gaurav Tiwari, who is the founder of the Paranormal Society of India. And we are trying to bring in stories which could be told to the people which are more realistic and not the formula which has been used for. So the genre versus what should happen is we should learn to tell stories rather than just be specific to horror means fear. No, there could be beautiful stories woven in the on the platform of horror. That, as filmmakers in India, is missing. And horror should not be treated as a storytelling, but a telling format. And that is most important because stories could be ample, but the format could be chosen as horror. That's how I see it.
All right. On that note, I'll have to wrap up. But it's been a glorious 67 years of Indian horror cinema, and we are celebrating here at India Post Live. Praval, I'd request you to participate also through Twitter. What we're using a hashtag called My Favorite Horror Moment, and it could be from your movie. I mean, I loved the scene in Darna Zaruri Hai where Manoj Pava gets scared by a poster and and has a heart attack and dies. So I mean, we'll ask the audience also to hashtag their favorite horror moments, and let's talk about the 67 years of Indian horror movies, and let's celebrate it. Thanks so much, Praval, for coming in, and thanks so much, Diwakar, for coming in.
Thanks. It's been
all right. Well, that's it on this conversation. We'll let you go with a big boo.